Hey, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I'll be talking about how to bulk up and gain more muscles and my story with my process of gaining more muscles. I was 68 kilo when I came to America, which means 149 pounds. I specifically remember that weight, and then I bulked up to 172 pounds, which is 78 kilo. And I'll show you the photos now. So I am naturally super skinny guy. So since I was a child, I always was just this super skinny, hard gainer person, and I always wanted to just eat like more, and I wouldn't work out a lot, and I would just try to eat. And I thought at that time when I started, I thought it doesn't make any sense to like just work out because I would get smaller, and I was super small. I was actually kind of like 50 kilo at the beginning, which is like 120 pounds. So I was super skinny always. It was very hard to gain any weight for me. And I was kind of trying to force feed myself, and I was eating gainers. I don't know if you know what it is. It's kind of like a meal replacement. It has a lot of protein, but it also has carbs in it, and you just shake it up, drink it with water, and you just, as a supplement, add to your diet. And I don't know, maybe in Poland, I didn't have a lot of food, and I remember I struggled like just searching. I remember searching on like how to gain muscles, and I searched, and it was so overwhelming and so complicated, and I just like I couldn't understand. It was so complicated. It was like, eat 5 meals, and this specific eat this specific meal for the breakfast, oatmeal with milk, and this and that almond, and then eat bananas in the middle, and then like all the details like that. And it was overwhelming for me, and I just concluded that I just needed to eat more. That's what I concluded, and I was like, okay. And it was so hard for me to eat more somehow. I'll explain later maybe how, like why I think it is. I think it's just because, if you think you're skinny, you are skinny. Or if you think you're small, you're small, right? If you think you're big, you're big. I think it has some kind of influence, but for so how I overcame that was I was just eating more, right? And I wasn't really working out a lot. And here's the trick. What I did, I was just eating out, McDonald's, drinking alcohol, whatever, because I knew that I just need to get big. That's my like what I thought. So I was eating anything, everything. I don't care, right? Sodas, beers, alcohol, and junk food, McDonald's, all you can eat, whatever, meat, whatever. I didn't care. Bananas, smoothies, gainers, I didn't care. And I was just eating everything you can imagine just so I can get a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. And I got bigger, and I'll show you the photo. Like I did the dirty bulk, which means like I just gained like whole bunch of muscles, but I also gained a lot of fat. And I was just like dirty bulking. I didn't even know. So that was a really bad idea. I wish someone told me this before. Dirty bulking, it's really bad because now what you have to do, let's say you got to your ideal weight. Okay, let's say if it's like whatever your ideal weight is, 200 pounds. Okay, and now you're 200 pounds, but you're like 15% body fat, or you're just fat. You're muscular and you're 200 pounds, but you're fat, right? So now there's another step where you have to cut down and lean back down, cut the fat down. So like let's say you go under 9% body fat, so you're gonna lose another 20 pounds or whatever, and then you're gonna try to lean bulk again. So you're like taking steps forward and then taking steps back, and then taking steps forward again, which is not great. It's not ideal. So I think dirty bulking is really a horrible idea. You want to do clean bulking. Let me explain to you what means clean bulking. Clean bulking meaning just you eat 1 gram of protein per pound of weight. In my case, I would just eat like 30 gram in the morning in a shake. So I have a protein shake with 2 eggs and water. That's my breakfast. And then I would have meal, 40 grams of protein, first meal. Second meal, let's say lunch. So it's kind of maybe dinner, second meal, like at 5 p.m. I'll have third meal. So, you know, and then before I go to sleep, I would have another shake, protein shake. So I had to kind of force feed myself. If you relate, you should do that too. You just try to have a caloric surplus. And I know some of, maybe for you, if you're a beginner, you know, it's overwhelming, and I know it's hard to like just. I remember it's so overwhelming. Like, what is caloric surplus, right? Like, or how do I even know my calories, or why do I need to count my protein intake? You know, like all these little details is kind of a little bit overwhelming at the beginning, but I think it's just important as long as you kind of like, in my case, I just track like basics and just kind of have a basic idea of the calories I'm taking in, and how much I'm burning per day. Just a rough idea. I think it's important, especially at the beginning. You know, unless you want to be a professional bodybuilder, then you have to calculate every little food you're taking into your body, all the little calories too. But you know, if you just want to like get a little bit bigger, I think you can just eyeball it. You know, I call it like just let's say, imagine this. How do I know like my maintenance calories? I just like know by, okay, let's say I'm 78 kilo or 170 pounds. Now, how much do I need to eat every day just to maintain that weight? For me, it's I need to eat 3 meals a day just to maintain that weight. So because I'm very active, right? And let's say if I want to get bigger, I have to eat more than 3 meals a day. So I have to eat four, let's say. And you don't want to go too fast, too much up, right? And then if you see that you eat 4 meals a day and you get kind of like, let's say you're like now 85 kilo or like 185 pounds. Now you eat 5 meals a day, you have to add more. You have to eat 6 meals a day. And I'm talking about smaller like meals, right? Not a big deal. Or you can even like count a couple of snacks as a meal if you want, or protein shake with eggs, that's kind of like a meal. Like whatever you count as a meal. So it's another thing is about just tracking your weight. I think this helps a lot. It helps me a lot. Someone gave me this advice a long time ago. I know maybe it's a little bit like annoying, maybe if you're a little bit lazy, but it just gave me the best idea of like just tracking my weight every morning. So around the same time, the best time is in the morning after you went to the restroom before breakfast, because that's the time when you know exactly it's going to be the same weight or very similar to your previous day weight in that time. So every morning I weigh myself. I've done that for a very long time to see what's happening with my weight, how much is going up, how much is going down. And I was so surprised to learn a lot about myself. Like, you know, it was fluctuating a lot up and down depending on how much I eat. So it's really eye-opening for me to have like actually documenting it and writing it down on the on my planner, monthly planner, and just every day I would just write down my morning weight, and then I would take weekly averages and then compare it to a previous week's average and see, like, you want to gain, let's say if you want to do a clean bulk, you could probably just gain, let's say, half a pound per week or a pound per week, depends how beginner you are or how intense you want to go with it, how you feel like. But I think, I know a lot of people are not very patient, but if you really want to gain pure, clean muscles, slowly, it's the good way to go instead of just dirty bulking. You're just going to get a whole bunch of fat unnecessary, and then you have to cut the fat down later. So just clean bulking slowly. I go with 1 pound per week, just because I like to see effects fast. I think it's helping me a lot to just motivate myself. So I would say, okay, half a kilo every week. So that's 2 kilo or 4 pounds per month. So you wanna, let's say if you want to gain 20 or like actually 10 kilos or 20 pounds more, it's gonna take you 5 months, something like that. So just write it down. I know it's gonna be very difficult, and to maintain, you also have to just have it as a higher caloric intake in your body. You just have to maintain it, because I learned it the hard way. I just like let it slide, and then I lost my weight back down, and I cut aggressively. So you have to be careful with that. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. Make sure you like it. Make sure you share it, subscribe to my channel, and see you next time. All right, bye.